Hey, my name is Rel, and I'm going to take you through Mass Effect 3's multiplayer demo. Gonna preface this by saying, don't do what I'm doing here. It's a pretty incredible example of how to be a terrible player. So, let's take you in. I'm gonna load up my character, Rel, it's level 17 Quarian Engineer, and you can pick what kind of mission you want to do, the difficulty of it. Going through a loading screen, all these always very important to show the people who are watching. Yeah, so one thing that you're not going to see is usually you pop into a lobby and then everybody can pick their characters and things like that. But if somebody leaves, I guess, before the game actually launches, they'll be down a guy, so they just pop you in on the first wave, which is cool. At least that's what it seems like. So I'm going at it here. Got three teammates, and they got the ladder wall over there. So I'm taking people out with my trusty Avenger rifle. So like I said, Quarian Engineer. I could incinerate or throw stuff, turrets, and also have the cryo ability. This character does not have it. You have to level it up. It's sort of a talent tree scheme format. It's like Mass Effect 2's talent tree, except better. Because it doesn't pigeonhole you so much. You can kind of pick where your ability is, the strengths and the weaknesses of all of them going through. I'll make a separate video for that. So you can see that big stream of flame right there is from my turret, actually, so that's one of the abilities I can get. So I use it for, it's got very low cooldown for me. I can use it quite often. It's kind of fragile, but that works, because I like getting in people's faces and frying them off. So my Quarian Engineer, and Krogan's taking all my kills. Just kidding. Krogan's a beast, running through, ripping people apart. What's awesome is they paid a lot more attention in this game to the animations, as far as the diversity of animations, at least. Like depending on your weapon, you'll have different melee attacks. All right, so we're on wave 3 now. Upload the data. So it's not just a fend for your life. Yeah, okay. Alright, melee attacks. Kind of embarrassing, heavy melee attacks. So during the course of multiplayer action, you'll... Why is this guy rolling around in front of me? You'll have objectives. Not too often. That'd be kind of annoying, but most of the time it's just survive, kill, and that's it. But sometimes you have to kill VIPs within a certain time limit. Sometimes you'll have to do what we're doing right now, is just stay in a certain area, hacking the computers, hacking the mainframe, and yeah. So there's a bunch of different things like that, scenarios. Pop my turret over here. Start wailing on people, incinerating faces. So the movement in this game is a little more advanced than it was in Mass Effect 2. Also kind of annoying, and I'll show you an example of that later on. But enemies move around too, so he's ducking and dodging and rolling and getting fried regardless. The types of enemies are kind of cool. Snipers, whatever that is, and see the weapon that I have right now, the heavy pistol, kind of standard sort of thing, but you can also you upgrade your weapons through items that you get or unlock or buy or whatever the case is, and it's buy. It's not whatever the case is. It's you buy packs of items. It's like a booster pack, for trading card games, and so it's random. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I got a scope for my gun, my pistol, and it's really cool. It actually lets you zoom in. It doesn't just increase the accuracy. So couple upgrades on this little Avenger rifle I have, and yeah, kind of I don't know what I'm doing, looking around, killing some enemies, getting sniped upon. All right, so when a teammate goes down, you can res them, defib them, get them back up into the fight. Unless an enemy comes by and stomps on your face, they'll literally stomp on your face, executions, and that sort of thing. Enemies being kind of annoying, jumping over stuff. So instead of always having to be behind cover or having to slide, you can just roll, you know, evasive maneuvers up and about. You know, it adds a lot more. Is dynamicity a word? Like dynamicity? Yeah, so it makes the game a whole bunch more dynamic. You can, whether, you know, instead of just sitting behind or doing the cheap thing right here, like staying behind cover without actually staying behind cover and shooting. Yeah, still in the game, I guess. Your bullets don't hit the walls. I don't know. Still kind of buggy. About as buggy as it was in Mass Effect 2, where sometimes you'll zoom in, but you won't really zoom in. The people who have played Mass Effect 2 will understand what I'm talking about. And this is kind of cool too. So the enemies, they have different behaviors. It's not just I mean, in the past game you had close combatants like dogs or people with shotguns, and they'd go in and they would just try to close in, and they would just mindlessly walk towards you until they died or you died. You see your snipers, so they'll peek their head out, you know, set their laser on you, and before they fire, if you're popping up a couple times in the head, they'll duck behind cover again. So just to keep them alive is to help keep you alive. It's pretty cool. Guardians, they have big riot shields. You'll see them yeah, pretty soon. Big riot shields, they'll stay right in front of everybody and kind of just annoy the living crap out of you. Again, I'll show you that later. And so we're kind of going through just some cleanup work. Alright, there's a Guardian. So, in addition to just the ability to like dodge and roll around and things like that, you know, hide behind cover and everything else, the enemies will actually, they have like weak points. So those Guardians you see with the huge riot shields, the huge metal, you know, things, you don't, it's not very effective, even though their health is it's just a life bar. I don't think you can actually throw them. I don't know. But if you shoot like between the little hidey holes that their eyes peek out of, you can knock them down. Boom, headshot, blow it right off. But you can also, you know, hit them in the feet and things like that. But the shield is relatively impervious to gunfire. Boom, headshots. Yeah, this is kind of random on the rifle here, but you get achievements throughout the match, and it'll increase the amount of cash that you get at the end of it. Also make you feel really good about yourself. Popping down turrets, and usually you don't want to do this. Like and that's what I was talking about. Because you can roll left and right into like relative cover zones, it makes the controls kind of iffy. Some of the times you'll end up doing a whole lot of things you don't want to do, which is something you can get used to. I'm sure it'll be fine later on, but it's also just one of those little annoyances that there could have been some leniency toward. I was pressing forward, but I was also pressing right. So it was prioritizing the right over the forward, which is kind of weird. Just little subtle things like that. So the game is no more or less buggy than the second one. That's what I did here. Don't do that. Don't jump down ladder wells and go run off by yourself and try to melee people to death. Usually not the best idea unless you're a Krogan, a war machine here, or a Vanguard. So we got a big Atlas coming up behind. Those things can actually grab you and choke the life out of you, as you expect they would be able to, given that they're huge machines. So, and there's a number of ways to take them down. You can keep harping on them, or you can take the, there was an untouched weapon on my back, if you've noticed it. It's Cobra rocket launcher, which, it'll one-shot these things, but you get ammo for the rocket launcher by the little booster packs I was talking about earlier. Random, also you get like ammo drops and metagel to keep yourself alive, that sort of thing. So our we're kind of cruising around. After every round, you can go and ammo up, because enemies do not drop ammo, which is kind of adds a little bit of definitely increases the amount of cohesion that you need through just the throughout the matches here, or the waves. That is an engineer, extremely annoying. You won't see how annoying they are until maybe in a later video. But they can pop down turrets, and then the turrets, he's trying to do it right now, and they can ruin your life. Turrets are they're incredibly annoying, stupid to take down, and they do a lot of damage, and yeah. And they don't count towards the things that you have to kill, which is good, per wave. But yeah, so aiming towards weak points as Mr. Krogan distracts them. Yeah, and I'm gonna preface this. I'm not gonna hold you in suspense. I do something really stupid right here. Yeah, it's running off by yourself is just in general it's stupid. So there's two enemies in front, and oh, getting hit from where? Oh yeah, right there. Yep. So my teammates, I thought they were up here. They decided to run off about as often as, or much as I did. So I'm cornering, trying to ducking and dodging, jumping, shooting, and no, I'm still taken down. So he's gonna finish me off, and tapping spacebar to keep myself alive, Gear of War-esque. Also, so there's no teammate around to res me. I could get myself online with Metagel, but didn't really feel like it for the purposes of this video. Mr. Krogan taking on 4 enemies, and he's using the Metagel to keep himself alive, or using an ability like Unity, essentially. But he's taken out again. So that's pretty much the end of the video. I've been talking here for a good 12 minutes now. And he's going to get finished off. Wait for it. Curb stomp. Curb stomp. Stomping the Krogan. Mission failed. Alright, so more videos to come. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.